very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for being a part of this interesting series of Learning in 20 Minutes. Today, we have a very exciting topic before us, and we're going to have a lovely time learning some ingredients that will make you a fantastic communication. Now, I'm a firm believer that communication skills is the second most important skill that we all need to master. And what's the first skill? The first skill is our breathing skills. The moment we learn how to breathe effectively, the second most important skill that guarantees growth and enables us to become more successful is our ability to communicate with people. Now, you see, why I'm discussing this with you is because you are a great leader. You are incredible in what you do. And in your journey to further growing and becoming a wonderful leader, what will matter most is your ability to communicate effectively with people. No matter whatever you do, you're communicating with your clients. You have to be amazing at that. You're communicating with your bosses. You got to win their hearts and minds. You're communicating with your teams. You have to really be amazing there. And most importantly, you're communicating with your own families. You have to really win their hearts and minds too. So today's session will give you amazing ideas. Yes, the word is amazing ideas to become a great communicator. And we're going to focus largely on something very, very special of communication skills. And that, my friends, today is called conversational skills. Now, you would have heard of communication skill is important. What is conversational skills? Well, I'm a firm believer of the fact that you may have the greatest ideas in the world, but if you can't have a great conversation with people, those ideas don't really matter. So before you actually get into discussing key ideas with people, key topics of discussion, what plays an important role is you and the other person connecting heart to heart. And that heart-to-heart connection is more important than head-to-head connection. When you connect with people heart-to-heart, head-to-head gets much easier. Now, therefore, what helps you establish brilliant heart-to-heart connection is conversational skills. So a big welcome to you all. Today, we're going to talk about amazing ideas on how do you master conversational skills. All right, so let's start with something very exciting. Now, what is conversational skills? Here we go. When you communicate with people, before communicating, something that really connects you together, binds you together, kickstarts that communication, gives it a good perspective is called conversational skills. So how do we define it right there? Conversing is an integral part of communication that kickstarts or maintains a long-term relationship with anyone in this world. And today, yes, you and I will discuss 7 brilliant ideas on how to be a master on conversing skills. All right, so let's get started. We're going to talk about 7 ideas today on how to be effective. And I have 7 secrets for you to share with you this afternoon. So a great welcome to you once again. Let's start with the first one. What is the first key thing that really motivates you? What's the first key thing that really gets things started? Now Imagine I am a relationship manager and my name is Ashish. So I go and meet my client and say, hello, sir, my name is Ashish. I'm your relationship manager. Was I good? Of course not. Here's the second one. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ashish and I'm your relationship manager. Was it better? Of course, yes. What is better is this. We all remember that the first impression is the last impression, and also the lasting impression that's going to stay on in the minds and hearts of people you're meeting. And therefore, what is important is when great champions, they talk like yourself, and great leaders, they communicate with smile and energy. So you have to have a smile and be energetic when you talk to people. This kickstarts meeting, and that wins the hearts of people when they start speaking to you. So you have to make sure you have a brilliant smile when you talk to people. That's the first thing I wanted to share with you this afternoon. What's the second thing? Now, you would have seen a lot of people talk, and when they talk, let's say you're meeting someone for the first time, how would you go and start that meeting? Well, most people start the meeting like this. So, where do you live? Okay, what do you like to eat? Is this your office here? Was it easy for you to commute to this place? Now, these are questions. This more looks like an interrogation, not communication. It doesn't start like that. Great communicators don't start by asking questions. They talk something about themselves first. So, hey, wonderful to meet you. Please be seated. It's so amazing to meet you. See, I live very close to my office is not too far, so it was much easier for me to reach here. Yeah. and we have a wonderful office here, and we do this. So the person feels a little eased out that, wow, this guy isn't really asking a lot of questions when he starts to talk. And then by default, they will answer, and they will have a wonderful, wonderful start of a good communication or a good relationship with you. So the second point is this: talk something about yourself first. Don't start by asking a lot of questions. Now, that's very important. What is the next very important thing? Well, that's number three. We're getting to the third one. Now, a lot of people I have seen, when they start talking to people, let's say you go to a customer's place or you go to your boss's home, and you see right there is a fitness certificate, or maybe a certificate of a trophy that he won because he participated in some bodybuilding competition. Okay. So what would you do? Well, some people will probably start like this and they'll say, wow, sir, is that your certificate? Are you a bodybuilder? Now, if I'm that person, what am I thinking? Are you doubting me? Of course, that has my name, it's my certificate. So we don't start like that. Here's the next trick I want to share with you, a fabulous tool. It says positive observational statements. Yes. How do you do this? Very simple. Wow, this is incredible, sir. I'm really thrilled to see your certificate. Yeah, I'm sure you do a lot to keep yourself healthy. You make a statement like that. I'm sure you do a lot to keep yourself healthy. And then let's say if you are that person, what would you say? You would say, yeah, well, I have followed a regime in my life, or a stringent exercise pattern that gets me a lot of energy and I stay healthy. So then there is a good conversation going on, and you're not doubting him, his intentions, or not questioning that ways. So instead of asking questions, a good idea here would be to be positively observing certain things they've done and making those positive observational statements. Now, I want to get to the fourth one right now. Before I get there, we learned three so far. The first is called be happy, smile, and be energetic. Second is talk something about yourself rather than asking questions. And third, rather than simply appreciating or asking a lot of questions, please use positive observational statements. Now let's get to the next one. The next one is very, very close to my heart. I'm a firm believer of the fact that if one cannot become a good listener, one can't become a good communicator. Listening is the heart of communication skills. You have to master, the word is master, the art of listening skills. And it's very simple. How do you listen well? Very simple. Look into the eyes of the person and have a little smile when you're talking. This is called a positive facial expression. And gently start nodding when you're listening to him. Make sure you get completely immersed in them when they talk to you. All right? Don't ask questions there. Just listen. Listen to people as if you're watching your favorite movie in a theater. You're involved in their stories. You're immersed in their stories. That is amazing. That makes you a great listener. All right. So nodding, smiling, positive hand gestures. Looking at them and then sometimes saying, yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Tell me more, sir. That's pretty good. Makes you a good listener. Not just that. With this, add another part of it. Other than listening, you can also master the second skill very effectively. When you hear keywords, certain good things that they just said, got to repeat some of those, and tell them. Let's say I'm talking to you, I'm saying, my last visit in this forest was fantastic. It was the first time I saw an entire tiger family. And you as a great leader would do this. Wow, the entire family. Yes. So when you say that, wow, the entire family, what you've done is you've just repeated what you just heard. Now, this is called parroting. And we all love parrots because they repeat what we say. Similarly, we all as humans feel great, incredible when we hear what we just said in a very gentle way. So listening and parroting, they go together. So you got to be the master on the fourth skill set that says listening and parroting. And I'm sure you're going to do a great job there. Now, let me take you to number 5. Are you ready? All right. If you're ready, you can encourage me by simply putting a thumbs up right there in the comment section. Good job. Great. All right. So here's the fifth one I'm going to share with you this afternoon. Very exciting. Now I'm going to do a little demo. I love demos. So let's say I'm talking to you and I'm talking to you like this and I'm saying the following things. It's my great pleasure to be here this afternoon and sharing with you how to be a great communicator. Now, this is one way of saying this. Did you like this? Of course not. Look at the second one. Hey, guys, It's my great pleasure and honor to be speaking to you this afternoon. We're going to learn some fantastic conversational skills. Was it better? Of course it was. What do you think is the difference? The difference is a lot of people, when they talk on the phone, face to face, I have seen that they fall a little weaker. They appear a little weaker and nervous because they use a lot of filler words like, I see, you see, I mean, basically, yeah, yeah. So what I was trying to, great leaders, they don't want to be sounding nervous. They don't want to be sounding underprepared. They want to be sounding confident. And therefore, what they do is they choose not to use filler words. And if you remember my little demo, all I did in the second time was I just replaced wherever I felt like taking ahs and oohs and yeah, I just replaced this with positive pauses. So I said, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this short session on effective conversational skills. When you're using pauses, you're sounding strong, you're sounding in command, you're sounding poised, and you're sounding confident. So choose not to use fillers. Choose to use pauses wherever you feel like using filler words. Hope you found it useful. If you found it useful, just give me a thumbs up right there. Say, avoid fillers. Thank you. Now, here's the next one. The sixth one is very important. And I want to share with you with an example. Let's say you meet somebody and you're having a conversation. And the person says, where are you from? Mumbai. Okay, now what is he thinking? Have you given him certain platform to kind of build up on that? Visit this. Where are you from? Well, I'm from the financial capital of our country, Mumbai, the place which is known for some of the most amazing things. The Bollywood is there, and the gateway of India is in Bombay. Oh, you're from that place? It's incredible. Oh yeah, I like watching Bollywood movies. They're so incredibly amazing. So you give talking points to people, branches to people to build up. When you stopped giving one-word replies and one word or one-liner replies. So my point here is this. Don't stay with one-word answers. Don't give one-word answers or one-word or one-liners. These one-liners will kind of stop the communication. Yeah. So let's say somebody asks you, so how's the day going today? Yeah, it's okay. Don't say that. Say, oh, amazing. Today is absolutely fantastic. I had a great start of my day. Started pretty early. Had a lovely session for exercise, and I'm feeling very energetic today. Wow, that's amazing. You exercise. Yeah. So you gave some talking points to people. You gave some branches to build up. Great leaders are incredible communicators because they don't speak in one-liners. So here's my sixth point that I wanted to share with you. Don't use one-liners. Here's the seventh one, a very interesting one, okay? Observe me very carefully. Let's say I'm going to share you something. My dear friends, when I was young, I was really very interesting and very naughty. How was it? Wasn't too good, right? Check out this one. My dear friends, when I was young, I was really very naughty. How was this one? Pretty good. I said the same thing pretty much in the second time, but you like the second one more than the first one because the second one had something very, 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 very essential, and we call it positive gestures, positive body language. You see, your body language is amplified to what you say. It makes you 10 times, yes, 10 times more effective when you're talking with an effective, positive body language. Great communicators, incredible communicators are very expressive. They use right hand gestures. And when you talk to people, please look into their eyes, all right? Have a little smile and use hand gestures. When you're using hand gestures, you're amplifying what you're saying, and eventually they will look at you and you will be extremely impactful, and you will be able to deliver your message with clarity and impact. By the way, which is the purpose of good communication, isn't it? So using positive gestures is my seventh and the last submission that I have for you this afternoon. Hey, let's revise together very quickly. We learned 7 awesome tools to be a great conversation champion. The first one is smile and be energetic. The second one is talk something about yourself rather than asking a lot of questions, right? Third, positive observational statements. Wow, the family picture shows you really love your family. I'm sure you do a lot to keep them happy. They feel very good. Yeah, we just took them for a nice holiday. It was nice. Builds up. Listen and repeat a certain things that you hear. Because listening and parroting, amazing. Avoid fillers like and Use pauses. That's much better than using fillers because you sound very confident when you use pauses. But you don't sound confident if you use fillers. Avoid one liners and one word. Don't say, I'm fine. I'm feeling great. I had a great start of my day today with some exercise and had some wonderful time. Yeah, that's nice. Start with that. And the last, but a very important, is positive body gestures. Your body language is the key to effective communication. Now, my dear friends, I want to share with you something, a beautiful story, very close to my heart. Now, imagine if you're looking at the luxury retail business of cars, okay, the luxury cars, how many luxury cars do you think one person can sell in a month on an average, a salesperson? Well, the answer is two a month, one a month, very expensive vehicles, right? Now, I want to talk to you about a story of one of the greatest salesperson. Let me tell you something about this person. This person is Joe. Now, Joe had a great, incredible business in 1955, and because the market crashed there and he had to find a job for himself. So he gets to a car showroom and speaks to the leader and says, sir, I would love to sell your cars and you don't have to give me any salary. Let me on my commission basis what I bring on the table. The leader there was very inspired. He said, okay, great. Start working with us. You're welcome. Tomorrow morning we start. Now he spends the whole day, the next day morning, researching about the company, working closely with people, learning a lot with each other, observing the customers' buying cycle, understanding the showroom's selling cycle. And he has proper notes with him. He's all planned to play his wonderful sales game. Now he's all excited and he's making notes. Now it was evening and the store was about to close, but the watch saw that he's still working in the store. He hasn't, given up studying, so he decides to let the store be on just the way it was. And there was this highway next to the store, and there was a car driving on the highway. A guy was driving the car. And this guy was driving a car with no intentions to buy a new car. He had no desires to go and buy a new car, but he saw the store still running. So he decides, out of curiosity, decides to park the car, goes inside to find out what's new going on. I mean, with no intentions to buy a car. And he couldn't really afford a luxury car like that. Now, he moved in for 5 minutes. And guess what happened? That 5-minute interaction that he came for converted into a 2-hour healthy discussion. And Joe that day, on the first day of his joining, sold his first car on the first day of joining that luxury retail business. The very next day, he goes to his manager and says, sir, my show has just begun. There's so much more on the way. And then there was no looking back. Guess how many cars Joe sold on an average every month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, my dear friends, on an average, this guy would not sell 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6 cars every month. Instead, he sold 6 cars every day for 10 years in a row and became the world's greatest car salesperson and sold 13,001 cars in 10 years. Today, Joe is praised all over the world for his ability to be a great salesperson. Amazing, extraordinary guy. And you know what he says? He says, I never sold a car in my life. Yeah, I always sold a Gerard, which means people buy people first. And then they buy their ideas. And then they buy their products. Great salespeople are incredible on building amazing conversation skills. Just like you are. With all the 7 tips that we learned today, I am sure you will be able to build great rapport with people and you will bring smile to everyone where you go and everyone you talk to. And you know what? We're going to wrap up this short session with a quote by Joe Girard himself. He says, I saw a man today who didn't have a smile. I gave him one. And I'm sure there are people in our life who you will make smile and you will make happy in times to come. May God bless you. May God thank you very much for being a part of this great course. And I want to wish you lots of happiness and success. And let's talk soon again. Till then, keep practicing these 7 amazing ideas to be a champion communicator. Wish you all the best. God bless you and have a great afternoon. All the very best.
Ashish ji, it was a great learning.
Ashish, you were as amazing as ever. Very, very, very interesting and focused workshop.
Ashish is my mentor also, and a lot of things I learned from him. Yeah, and he has a lot to give every time he is a human charger.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Never thought a virtual session can be so interactive. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you very much for a wonderful session.